Hello and welcome to my channel. And if this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love indie makeup and anything shiny, sparkly, and shifty. And I am so excited about this video. I'm going to be talking about the new collaboration palette between Mel Thompson here on YouTube and Sydney Grace. They are such great quality, really amazing shimmers and mattes, just super buttery. I have not heard one bad thing about any of their products, and I'm going to leave all of Mel's information down below in the description box, so please make sure you check her out just in case you haven't already. But she is such a sweetheart. She's so down to earth. I absolutely love watching her. I will watch any video regardless if I'm interested in the product or not. I just want to hear her say, "Hey beauties," because it puts a smile on my face immediately and just puts me in a good mood. And I've been watching her for a few years, and so I know she has had a very great relationship with Sydney Grace. She has, I think, pretty much all the eyeshadows. She did a huge collection video a while ago, and after that I really was hoping that they would do a collab one day because I think it would be a match made in heaven. So I'm really excited about this palette. And also I wanted to mention Sydney Grace is actually one of the first indie brands I ever tried. I first purchased from them in 2017 when they were Feather River Body on Etsy, and I had such an amazing customer service experience that it really made me want to buy from more indie brands and buy from Sydney Grace more. It feels really good to support smaller brands. So without any further ado, this is the palette we're going to be talking about. It is the cutest artwork ever, and spoiler alert, I did know about this palette quite a few months ago. I do work with Heather from Sydney Grace, and I do some design work for her, and we've been working together for about a year, give or take, and she did send this to me in PR, so thank you so much, Heather. I am really excited to have this in my hands because I only saw this, I put it on the die line actually, funny story, and I didn't know what the colors would look like, so I was so excited. And I'm pretty sure I squealed when I saw that she mentioned she was doing a collaboration palette with Mel, because I've been following Mel for so long. This has been very much long awaited, at least from me, but I know a lot of other people have also been hoping for a collab palette. I'm so excited to be holding this in my hands. And this artwork was done actually by Mel's tattoo artist. Represents all the tattoos she has, and she goes more in depth in her reveal video, so make sure you tune into that to hear her explain it. And this is what the palette looks like on the inside. I think it's such a great neutral palette with a pop of pastel. We have Mantis, Jewel Bee, and Flutterby, which are pretty pastel-y. I think my lighting might be blowing it out a little bit, so I'll be inserting some pictures as well as swatches so that you can really see the shades. So we have a really great assortment, I think, of shimmers and mattes. I definitely prefer having more mattes in a palette, so this is really great to have more mattes. And I was just so excited to play with it. I actually received it on Monday, the week that it's launching. It is launching August 7th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so mark your calendars. But I've had this for a couple days and I just immediately knew I had to dip into it with my brushes, just get up all in there. Especially the shimmers. Sydney Grace's shimmers are just chef's kiss. I don't know what kind of sorcery they do with the formulation, but they know what they're doing with their formulation of their mattes and shimmers. Without further ado, let's get into the 4 looks, and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end of the video. So first I'm priming with my P. Louise base in the shade 0.5, and I'm going in with Mantis right in the crease and just blending it out and building it up a little bit. And apologies for the lighting, it will be varying a little bit throughout these 4 looks as I was filming during the remnants of a tropical storm that was hitting us here in New England. Next, I'm going to deepen up the outer corner with Spyder. And I'm just tapping that on, and then I'm going to very gently blend out the edge. Next, I'm going straight in with a dry brush, and I'm putting fire butts kind of up in my crease, almost doing a cut crease, but without the actual cutting part with a base. These shimmers are super metallic and very pigmented, so that's why I felt like I didn't need to do that. And then I'm going in with Scarab, and I'm putting that onto my mobile lid and just blending it into fire butt. For my waterline, I'm using the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Gotcha. And then I'm connecting the lower lash line with Spyder. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going in with Web. And I'm layering just a little bit of Mantis on top of that. And this is the first finished look. Absolutely love these metallic shades. For the second look, again, priming with my P. Louise base in shade 0.5. And this time I'm going in with Jewel B right in the crease and just layering that on and blending it out. And I'm gonna do kind of a halo eye. So next I'm going in with Bugaboo on the inner lid and outer lid and very gently just blending that out throughout the crease. And then I decided I would try the NYX primer, even though these shimmers really don't need it, but I was just curious to see how it would apply. And I'm going in with Meadowhawk, and of course it's super metallic and very pigmented. So just packing that on and try to blend out the edges of that so they're not harsh. And then I decided I wanted a little bit more depth, so I went in with a Spyder and just added the tiniest amount on my inner lid and outer lid. For my waterline, I'm using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Amethyst Hour. And I'm connecting the lower lash line with Bugaboo. And this is the second finished look. For this third look, I believe I primed with the ABH primer, and I'm first going in with Flutterby in the crease, and again packing that on and just blending it out. And then I'm going in with a Spyder just right in the crease with a really small blending brush, and I'm gonna keep packing that on. I like to go in slowly with deeper shades because I don't want it to go too far up, so I like having the control of just blending it and blending it. It just leaves less room for error, you know? And I'm gonna cut the crease with the P. Louise base in shade 0.5. And just tapping that downwards. And then I'm gonna set it with a translucent powder. And then on top of that, with a dry brush, I'm going in with BB, which again is insanely metallic and pigmented. Then I'm just going back in with Spyder, and I'm just going to be fixing the cut crease edge. And then on the lower lash line, I'm starting out with Spyder, and I'm kind of mapping out the rest of the wing with that. And then mixing in a little bit of Flutterby and highlighting with Web in the inner corner. For the waterline, I'm using Beauty for Real Eyeline 24/7 eyeliner in 24 karat. For this fourth look, I'm going in with Death Moth in the crease. And then I'm going to be creating a wing with the shade Spyder. So just starting out on the outer corner and slowly building it up. And then flicking outwards to create the wing. Next, I'm going in with Scarab on my lid, and I felt like it was a little bit almost transparent, and I just wanted to see what it looked like over the NYX glitter primer. So I tapped that on pretty loosely and then went again over it with Scarab, and I felt like I got a bit more pigmentation, definitely more of the brown showing through. And I'm going to kind of try to blend that into my crease too, so it's nice and seamless. To connect the lower lash line, I'm going in with Spyder, and then in the waterline, I'm using the Mellow Gel in Lightning Gleam from Clean Color. And this is the fourth and finished look. So obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased because I love Mel and I love Cindy Grace. I have never had a bad experience with Cindy Grace's eyeshadows. I have never had a bad experience with their customer service or anything like that. I've only heard amazing things and their quality is just outstanding. But at the end of the day, if the palette was bad, you'll be able to see it in the 4 looks that I created. And the look I'm wearing is technically the 5th look. So I've used this palette 5 times, so obviously this is not a full in-depth review. But I don't see how my experience could possibly be different just from not using 2 of the shades in the future. All the shimmers are right on par with all other Cindy Grace's metallics that I've tried, and they're just so insanely pigmented. They apply at full metallic deliciousness with a flat brush. I don't need to wet it. I don't need a glitter primer. I did use it once just to see, but honestly these perform so great with just a brush, which I think is pretty rare for me to be able to just use a flat brush and apply the eyeshadow and it just glides on like butter. What is this sorcery? Anyways, Scarab is just this beautiful duochrome. I think it's really a staple shade I think everyone should have in their collection. It's a really great one eyeshadow all over the lid kind of look. And then Meadowhawk, also a duochrome. Now the only criticism I have is really a personal preference, and that is I would like to have seen one more deeper shade for deepening up, because right now we only have Spyder. We also have Bugaboo, but it's not quite deep as I would like it to be, more like a Spyder kind of deep, you know. So I would have loved to see like a super deep plum or a deep green shade to kind of play off of the shade Mantis and Jewel Bee, and maybe to use with Love Bug as well. Just I think that would have been a great addition, but that is just a personal preference. I really love my deep mattes and like having options to really deepen out the outer corner. But that's pretty much it. I can't wait to keep using this palette. I feel like every time I look at it I come up with a different look. And so lastly, just one more congratulations to Mel and Cindy Grace on this beautiful collab. I'm sure it's going to be a huge success. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I do these 4 looks 1 palette videos quite frequently. I actually have a playlist, so make sure to check that out. And again, thank you so much Heather from Cindy Grace for sending me this palette in PR. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.